Hey guys, what's up? V8 Merc here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a different type of ammunition and see how accurate it is. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ulyanvosk hunting cartridge, and of course we're looking at 7.62 by 39. 122 grain full metal jacket round, and it is from Russia. Some other things in the box here. It is on the back. Well, let's see. On the front, it doesn't say actually Ulyanvosk. It just says hunting cartridge, and it really doesn't say it's made by who or anything like that. Of course, it tells you right there, made in Russia. But if you turn around and look on the bottom there, it does say Ulyanvosk Cartridge Works, open-end joined stock company. But that's about it. That's all that's on the box itself. And let's see. Let's go ahead and go over the rifle that was used. It was my A.R. 15 chambered in 7.62 by 39, 20-inch variety, 20-inch barrel. I don't know, for some reason I like saying 20-inch variety versus just saying 20-inch barrel. But yeah, it's 20-inch barrel. It's got a muzzle brake on it. Free floated stock, 3-9 scope. Did I say free floated stock? Free floated handguard. And I used a block with a sandbag on it to shoot from instead of my bipod, which if you've seen any of my other videos, my bipod is attached to my gas block, and so I didn't want to take any chances of ruining the accuracy test that I wanted to do, and that's why I used a sandbag and a block of wood to rest the handguard on to make my shots, so that the barrel was unsupported. The bore itself was clean prior to shooting, and I inspected it and actually ran a brush through it just before the shots. I don't strip the copper out of my bore. I keep the copper in there. I don't mess with it or anything like that. And because based off things of what I've heard, that's what I choose to do. So I'm just letting you know how controlled I held the situation, so you guys can make your own conclusions from that. It is a E.R. Shaw barrel. Not sure what their quality standards are or anything like that, but I do know they make custom rifles, if that means anything to you guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the target itself. It was a fairly decent group, and it was about 80 degrees out that day, and it was at 100 yards, of course. The overall group was basically 1 7/8 inches, and that's 1 7/8 inches between the two furthest apart shots from the middle of them. It was about within an inch wide, so it was an inch wide by about inch and a half long group. So that's basically the square or the rectangle that the whole group would be contained in, 1.5 inch by 1 inch. And it was fairly decent. It was kind of consistent where these shots were, we only had a couple of outliers from the center group here. Don't remember the order of where they went or anything like that, but I would say it's fairly predictable. Of course, you know, having a 2-inch, basically a 2-inch group is okay. I'd prefer to have around an inch, inch and a half, so when I'm making my shot, I could be confident in knowing that I'm going to have about an inch and a half radius or whatnot like that. But 2 inches kind of acceptable. This here I think was purchased for around 20 cents around, 22 cents around. This was purchased a long time ago, so far before the whole ammunition crunch. Some other details here on the ammunition itself. It's Ulyanvosk Cartridge Works, 7.62 by 39, 122 grain, full metal jacket, and I put in quotes hunting cartridge because that's what they claim on the box, and it's made in Russia as well. Now I also want to point out something else. That's it basically for the ammunition, for this ammunition. But tool ammo, actually, this one here is the 122 grain variety. It is also manufactured by Ulyanvosk, and which I thought was kind of interesting. And this is also their 154 grain. You can see that right there, 154 grain soft point. And it's also made by Ulyanvosk. And let's go ahead and take a look at those targets, and you can compare the two. These two are kind of more equally compared because this is the 122 grain tool ammo. All the information is again down here in the bottom. And look at the shot group on that. That's a 3.5 inch group, and it's about 1.5 inch wide. That is really, really open. I'm very surprised that these two are that different, even though they're made by basically the same place. It's kind of confused, so I'm not sure why that is, but I thought I would bring that up and show that to you guys. You guys can draw your own conclusions if you want. I was thinking about possibly why, and maybe they're made on 2 different manufacturing lines, but that doesn't sound financially right. Like as far as a big corporation or a company, they probably would just make everything on the same line and just have the different boxes and just mark them as two different things even though they're exact same thing. As far as the head stamp on here, it doesn't say Ulyanvosk or anything like that on there. The tool ammo, if you have seen it, it does say tool ammo on the box on the cartridge itself, and which I will try to get around. I don't know how to get out of this one. This box is open, and this one says tool ammo on it right there. But that's basically what I want to show you guys. That was interesting. In the 154 grain, if you haven't seen that video, that group had a much tighter group when compared to that 122 grain. But that's the video for you guys today. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. If you have anything you guys want to add, again, put in the comments below. Be it Mert, signing out.